How to keep remote workers safe. As a result of the COVID-19 global healthcare crisis, businesses are having their employees work remotely to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. Organizations that do not have proper cybersecurity policies and procedures in place will be at risk for cyber attacks such as ransomware. The global cybercriminal community is looking at this pandemic as an opportunity to target businesses while they are most vulnerable. Take the time to set up a cybersecurity plan for your remote workforce and keep your data safe. Working from home. As businesses face decisions about whether to have their workforce come into the office or work from home, employers should consider their cybersecurity policies relating to remote work. Businesses should understand the risks associated with remote workers and their impact. If you're a business that usually does not allow employees to work from remote locations, this is a great time to implement these cybersecurity policies and procedures. Securing your remote workers. Use a VPN. A virtual private network can be utilized to keep your IP address and location information safe from cyber threats. Using a VPN is a secure way to transport data across your company network. If you are connecting from a public Wi-Fi network, it is essential to connect through a VPN. Set the encryption level to at least 256-bit for increased security. TwoFactor Authentication. Before employees are allowed to work remotely, ensure they have two-factor authentication enabled on their email accounts and other access portals where available. This extra security layer will require an additional credential beyond a single password to gain access to email and your business data. This is effective to prevent unauthorized users from using your computer or logging in from a remote location using a previously stolen password. Get in the habit of performing better data backups. Businesses and organizations will need to deploy a much more aggressive strategy for performing data backups and keeping this information safe from cyber attacks. Small businesses are often the target of ransomware attacks because they commonly lack a cybersecurity foundation that keeps attackers off their networks and computers. If your organization lacks data backups, a ransomware attack can have devastating implications on your company and operational status to serve clients and conduct business. What should my business do for better data backups and security? The 3-2-1 backup method. Cybersecurity professionals often refer to the 3-2-1 data backup approach as a sufficient technique for keeping copies of your data. 3 recent copies of your data should be stored across 2 different storage mediums and locations, and 1 incremental copy offline offsite. If one of your data backups is encrypted from a ransomware attack, you will have the ability to recover from a different source if the backups are scattered across these different locations. Cybercriminals are now deploying their ransomware to look for any network-attached storage devices, which would render these files unusable. Guarantee an offline backup. Ransomware threats can target any local backup on the network, such as Windows shadow copies or other network-attached storage implemented by the system administrator. Taking a backup offline and physically disconnecting it from an online connection can thwart any attempt to encrypt this data storage location. Backup often and regularly. Think about the average workday for your organization and how many times data is collected, modified, and stored on the network. Certain businesses can edit and access their data up to hundreds, if not thousands of times a day. That results in the modification of data sets and their accuracy to the current calendar date. There are instances where an organization might think they are properly backing up their data, but the last date of data on record is weeks, potentially months, in the past. What good is a data backup if it doesn't reflect the most recent, relevant information needed to operate? Depending on the needs of your business, you may need to back up data daily. Test your recovery process using data backups. It is common for businesses to think they are doing proper data backups, but they've never actually tested the resolve of a cyber attack using these data backups. Data backups are useless if they cannot be actively utilized to restore operations and get employees back up and running. Organizations that are encrypted in a ransomware attack have to think quickly about how they will deploy their data restoration process, as every second counts when your network is down and clients are on the line. Developing your incident response plan will ensure your company has a specific plan of how your data backups can be used in the event of a ransomware attack. As you can see, protecting yourself while working from home can be a fairly simple process that will go a long way in keeping you safe from online cyber threats. Subscribe to our channel to get more cybersecurity tips to keep you and your business safe.